How's it going, everybody? Let's get to some sports time and some sports talk. I thought we would get to some NFL and some NCAA football first. I thought we would get to the. To me, this is big news because right now it's looking like three quarterbacks won't be in for NFL or for the National Football League. It looks like Joe Burrow will be out for 2 to 5 weeks, which means Jake Browning is the backup, as it seems. Justin Fields was ruled out apparently today for the New York Jets, which means Tyrod Taylor will be taking over that role. And of course, yesterday Jalen Daniels was ruled out that he'll be out for a week. It looks like, or at least for the foreseeable future, until evaluation. And it looked Marcus Mariota or Josh Johnson are the ones. So looking into the games tomorrow, we got the Dolphins traveling to Buffalo to see the Bills. Probably Buffalo is going to win. It's early. Dolphins could pull off a victory. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to grease the wheels and say they will, but it's not winter time, so it's possible. Then we got, of course, the Sunday slate, Bengals versus Vikings, or Bengals going to Minnesota to see the Vikings, Texans going to Jacksonville to see the Jaguars, Titans hosting the Colts, Washington Commanders hosting the Geno Smith, Pete Carroll Raiders, Eagles hosting the Rams, Panthers hosting the Falcons, Patriots playing host to the Steelers, Browns playing host to the Packers, Bucks hosting the Jets. So that's the it might be Marcus Mariota and Baker Mayfield. Chargers hosting my Broncos. Seahawks hosting the Saints. Bears hosting the Cowboys. Cardinals traveling to San Francisco to see the 49ers. And the Sunday night, it looks like the Giants are playing host to the Chiefs, with the Monday nighter, Ravens and Lions. Which actually, to be honest, that's probably the most decent matchup. And with that said, we'll see what happens in the foreseeable future. I can't be too sure on the quarterbacks. That says 2 to 5 weeks, so we'll be for sure about that. Let's talk about some college football. Looks like Oregon and Oregon State, Oklahoma and Auburn, Tulane traveling to Ole Miss, Michigan and Nebraska, Florida, the Gators versus the Hurricanes, the Florida matchup, Sam Houston versus the Texas Longhorns, USC versus Michigan State, that looks like Saturday. Wonder what the Sunday schedule is. Okay, so here we got Thursday, Rice and looks like Charlotte, I think. We got there was a lot more on Saturday. It looks like yeah, I was gonna say there was a lot more. It looks like Tar Heels going to University of Central Florida. That'll be a tough matchup. If I was to pick a matchup, that's going to be a big test. Notre Dame hosting Purdue. Yeah, looks like there's a lot of good. I thought there was going to be some Sunday, but looks like the late game. Michigan State versus USC. University of Cal versus San Diego State University, Colorado, Wyoming, Colorado State, University of Texas, San Antonio, LSU playing looks like a Division II rival. Huh. Yeah, so look, I don't know. There's a lot of good matchups. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Because yeah, Clemson taking on Syracuse. Uh, University of North Texas taking on Army. Yeah, so it's week 3, week 4 when it comes to college football. So we're in for some good matchups. We're in for some blowouts, more or less. We'll see what happens when that goes. Let's talk a little bit of CFL. Of course, Riders still run their position, the top in the CFL for the West, even though they lost. We got 5 games left. We'll see what happens. Tiger Cats still playing top to their division in the East. Alouettes playing close behind. Yeah, we got blown out by the Alouettes like 48 to like 31 or something like that, the Riders. So we need to shape up. We need to play better against tougher competition than that. However, there's still 6 weeks left. So you can address those. Anyway, that's that. MLS playoffs, the way the playoff picture is looking, because it goes until October, mid-October. Philadelphia Union still playing top to theirs. Cincinnati, Charlotte, Nashville, Inter Miami are now 5th, not 6th. They were 6th last week. Columbus Crew, Orlando FC City, or Orlando City SC, New York City FC, and Chicago Fire holding down the 2 last wild card spots. So we'll see what happens there. San Diego State, San Diego SC. Sorry, I'm getting messed up now. San Diego SC, Minnesota FC, Vancouver Whitecaps, Seattle Sounders, LAFC, Portland Timbers, Austin FC, with Colorado Rapids, and of course the Earthquakes, San Jose Earthquakes. San Jose Quakes, keep calling them Earthquakes, holding down the last wild card spot. They got a month, or a month left. So we'll see there what happens. Major League Baseball, on the other hand, there's not very much time left. Not very much. We got, we're going to be subpar. We're going to be 3 guys, at worst, 3 games under, or a game under. But, alright, we're best. Marlins did a lot better than us. Mets did a lot better than us. Phillies are running out of their division in the East. Brewers ran that division with the Cubs right behind it. Then you got Dodgers and Padres. So that's probably the 5 teams that I would pick. With I don't know, between the Diamondbacks and the Mets, I would put money on the Diamondbacks taking another freaking run. But we got a few games left. Blue Jays, Tigers, Marlins with the Astros, Guardians, Yankees, and Red Sox. So that's a slugfest for the wild card spots. So the East is a little bit more juicy. I like that. It makes it makes good baseball at the end of the season. WNBA, have to point out that it's the playoffs. The Lynx defeated the Valkyries. The Liberty defeated the Mercury in their first games. And the Fever Dream, Aces, Storms, they're both tied. They have played 2 games already. So we'll see what happens there. It's looking good. I like it. Like round one's looking fun. So we'll see what happens. Um, can only go by like because they'll have to play the games every 3 or 4 days. So we'll figure out what goes on as it comes along. Crawford versus Canelo. Crawford wins the unanimous decision. Canelo, both of them very good about it. They're not a chippy affair. Probably will see a second fight, which makes me happy. But like everybody said, it was pretty late on the East Coast. So if we can get it a little bit earlier, 10, 11 o'clock would have been fine. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, a lot of those people on the East Coast had to wait up pretty late for it. Let's get on to some Champions League. Right now, there's matches going on. Looks like, I think, Slava Prague and Bodo Glimt are playing right now, as well as Olympiacos and Paphos. They're playing. Yesterday, some matches went on. Real Madrid beat Marseille for 2-1, but got a red card, which sucks because their next Champions match day is in Kazakhstan versus Karat. So that's actually a pretty big travel. So we got that. Also today, Ajax versus Inter Milan, Bayern Munich versus Chelsea, Liverpool versus Athletic Madrid, and PSG versus Atalanta. So, with that said, that's today's matches. Yesterday's matches, Arsenal won over Athletic Club. Union St. Gillois beat PSV. Eindhoven, Dortmund, and Juventus had an absolute thriller, drawing 4-4. We have also Tottenham getting a clean sheet against Villarreal, which was actually a really good matchup. I thought that was a good match. I like that one. So that's that with the Champions League. There's still going to be more. I'll let everybody know how the rest of the week goes. But yeah, right. Let's get a little bit of WrestlePalooza. We're looking at Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. The Women's World Championship will be on display again. Again, that's Stephanie Vaquer taking on Io Sky. The Usos versus The Vision. CM Punk, AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And, of course, the big one, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, which I think is going to be the main event because it's pretty much OVW's fucking graduation. Yeah, because they graduated in the same, and, yeah. That's gonna be a brutal match. That's probably gonna be, Brock's gonna hurt, probably, John Cena. Like, it's hard to say, hard to fathom that he wouldn't. Nah, it's not gonna hurt. But, that is it for today. We're gonna get on, some week. We'll get at you in next week. And I apologize for taking up any of your guys' time. Say something nice that'll change somebody's life, like Pat McAfee says. Love you guys.